in need of a companion, friend? Well, then you're in luck. I reckon I've killed more men than there are minutes in a day.
You've killed more than 1,440 men.
Lot few, huh? At this rate, I guess I better change it to seconds then. But who's counting?
Clearly you are. Where did you learn to fight?
I got my start as a pit dog in the Imperial City Arena. Worked my way up to Gladiator before I got bored and quit. They say the best techniques are left by the survivors. With me gone, I guess everyone will have something to offer.
Gladiator, huh? Impressive.
I know, and I would have been Grand Champion too, if not for the burden. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Fair maidens in my bed and good stew in my belly. Some burden. Well, that ain't what I'm talking about. Farewell.
What are you doing that for?
What do you need?
Why did you leave the arena?
Well, friend, it all comes down to who your opponent is. I'm square with killing men, but with a Grand Champion, ain't no more men to fight. So, they bring in beasts. Minotaurs and things. I don't like it one bit. If a man chooses to enter the arena, it's what you call his prerogative. A beast ain't got no say in the matter. I kill horkers for food and bears for hides. I don't kill no animal for sport.
Why did you become an arena fighter in the first place?
Why not? You need to get up more, friend. The arena is the most celebrated spectacle in all of Tamriel. To fight and die in the arena is a great honor. To fight and live, well, do that and you carve your name amongst the gods.
The appetite for bloodsport could not have been high enough to
You're
roar.
mistaken. It couldn't have been higher. The people were hungry, not for blood, but for entertainment. The arena, friend, was a welcome diversion from the throes of war. Because there's no death in the arena. Not to them. If you're a spectator, ain't nothing that happens in that pit real. It's all a game.
They say ball fights at an inn only create chaos.
What makes the arena so popular?
'Cause it's fair. It's about the only place you can truly measure a man's worth. If I ask the folks here, who has the best mead in Skyrim, one person might say Blackbriar mead, another might vouch for Honning brew. If I asked for the best alchemist, bard or scribe, or which inn was warmest, and which wench the sweetest,
We should just
there'd
pay
be
attention.
many replies, but no answer. But if I asked you who was the strongest, who could any man in the pit, there'd be no debate. You'd know by who was left standing. Only in the arena can a man be judged by his own merits.
Describe the arena
The
experience.
words won't do it justice. Not mine, anyway. But you can imagine, can't you? That moment when you stand behind the gate in a cold sweat. The air's so thick you can taste the blood. The crowd is buzzing. The flies are buzzing. Then they wheel up the iron. You hear this roar. So loud it rumbles in your chest. You don't know who they cheer for, what they cheer for. Victory, glory, or death. But that's the beauty of the arena, ain't it? Nothing's ever written. Nothing's ever known. The Grand Champion can win 100 matches and name a skeever as his next opponent, and the audience will still hold their breath. Unlike the stories, it's always a surprise when the hero wins. Because in the arena, the hero's allowed to fail.
I'm more interested in that gambling aspect.
Can't tell you much about that. I mean, I heard the whispers. Sometimes you see good fighters lose to pit dogs. Next day, they show up with swords so enchanted, they crapped mages when you swung them. There was one Khajiit fighter, the others called it Jingle. Said every night he went home, win or lose, his pockets jingled with gold. But ain't no one ever approached me. They knew where I stood. I grew up watching the fights. I learned enough then to know glory was the best coin.
That's all the questions.
You ought to travel to Cyrodiil sometime, friend, and test your valor.
What brought you to Skyrim?
The Horkers, my friend. The Horkers. I can't get enough of a good bowl of Horker stew. Fresh garlic, tomatoes, a sprinkle of lavender.
It sounds delicious except for the walker part.
You jest, but there's nothing like good Horker stew. It ain't like the loaf, which is a bit chewy and marinated in that ocean flavor. But you put that in a stew, toss in a little garlic, and all that ocean brine melts into pure flavor.
You're in the wrong place. Riverwood isn't exactly the walker capital of Skyrim.
That isn't it. You see, I've tried stews of all different flavors from all over Tamriel. I've tried your venizons and your steaks. I've tried your bug meat, your horror pies, and Taurus nuggets. Some wood elf charlatan even tried to sell me what he called a wyvern steak, but it tasted like mountain goat. I've tried every meat from the Somerset Isles to the shores of Solstein, and ain't nothing compared to a fresh pot of Horker stew. But you know what I haven't tried? I haven't tried a dragon. And call me crazy, but I think I saw one fly this way not long ago.
There was a dragon at Helgen. You probably saw that one.
You don't say. Sounds like Embry owes me a drink. Said I was more likely to see a Horker with wings. I reckon that would be too good to be true.
How have you managed to kill so many men?
It's all in the hips, friend. Killing a bandit is like making love to a maiden. Takes a second, and there's no shortage of blood.
There's also an inordinate amount of blood involved.
I see my lady enjoys both her battles and her men.
By any chance? Oh, and 10 sweet rolls with that, please.
What's on your mind?
If what Gaiden Shinji says is true, then the best technique is to swing your hammer recklessly and hope to connect. Works for me anyway.
Oh, that was Gorr.